Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. We are from Group 6. We would like to make a presentation on previous assignment, Assignment 1 and Assignment 2. Okay, before we get started, I would like to introduce my group member. So, my name is Salif Hakimi bin Asmadi as the first presenter, followed by Muhammad Aiman bin Hashim, Nur Ali Hatikah binti Syamsuddin, Raja Farisha Farhana binti Raja Amiruddin, Nur Atikah binti Muhammad Yusuf, and lastly, Iznuhairi bin Azizan. Alright then, for introduction, as is common knowledge, informal loans and formal loans being distinct, but our primary objective for this work is to concentrate on informal loans. Primarily, informal loans consist of borrowing money from small business or consumers via a short-term fund. Therefore, it lacks protective legislation. For instance, lending money to someone owing to an immediate need for fund. There is no interest rates or fees for informal loans. However, whether creditors will impose a high or low interest rate depends on them. According to the contract, it is also contingent on creditors. Certain creditors do not need loan agreements. No evidence of payment was presented. Therefore, it is difficult to establish how much of the debt has been satisfied. Hence, the purpose of making this video was to discuss the Ar-Rahnu system that is now being put into a place at Bank Rakyat. The question is, how exactly does the Ar-Rahnu system operate? So basically, Ar-Rahnu, also known as Islamic pawnbroking, is a process of obtaining short-term finance to an individual by using his or her gold as collateral at bank or Islamic pawn shop. For that, we have decided to choose Ar-Rahnu Bank Rakyat as our case study organization. Okay, a little bit about the history of operation. So, the Bank Kerjasama Rakyat Malaysia, Berhad, often known as Bank Rakyat, was established on the 28th of September in 1954 in accordance with the Ordinance Corporation Act 1948. Bank Rakyat is governed by Bank Negara Malaysia, the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperative, also known as MEDAC, and the Malaysian Cooperative Commission under the Development Financial Institution Act, DAFIA, in 2002. So, Datuk Haji Abdul Rani Lebai Jaafar, the bank's chairman, is responsible for its management, and also Professor Madya Dr. Azman Muhammad Noor is the name of the person who oversees the Sharia Committee. To facilitate the expansion of the cooperative movement, cooperative formed their own union banks to meet the financial needs of its members. On September 28, 1954, 11 of these union banks decided to merge to become Bank Agong. Bank Kerjasama Rakyat Malaysia replaced Bank Agong in 1967 with membership accessible to both individuals and cooperative. Additional alteration to the ordinance led to the development of subsidiary companies and opening of branches to serve both customers and members. The last name change occurred on January 6, 1973, when the name was changed to Bank Kerjasama Rakyat or Bank Rakyat. So basically, there are now 147 branches of Bank Rakyat that provide Islamic banking services to the company's customer. As the end of the year 2020, they had accumulated asset of more than 111 billion ringgit, making them the biggest Islamic cooperative bank in Malaysia. In March 2020, they moved up to number 8 on the list of the top 10 largest bank in Malaysia, coming in just behind UOB Malaysia. So I will hand over the next presentation to the next presenter, Aiman Hashim. Thank you.
Thank you, Alif Hakimi, for the explanation. So my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Hashim. So I will continue about the institution of Ar-Rahnu. There are two types of institution that Ar-Rahnu offer. The first one is a banking, and the second one is non-banking institution. So for the banking institution, there has been monitored based on the guideline that called Financial Service Act or IFSA, and also the Sharia Committee, which is Sharia Advisor Council of Bank Negara, or the short name is SAC. And this bank institution such as RHB, CIMB, Bank Islam, Agro Bank, and also Bank Muamalat, this type of bank is actually provide the same service as a Bank Kerjasama Rakyat Malaysia that offer Ar-Rahnu, but imply other guideline. So they actually use the different system that called GP or Garis Panduan Pajak Gadai Islam Ar-Rahnu and Development Financial Institution Guidelines 2002 in their operation. And for the non-banking institution, as we can say that actually Ar-Rahnu offer Yapim and also post Ar-Rahnu that based on the post Malaysia. Yapim is actually the Islamic pawnbroking institution that is easy to help SME that with low income to make a loan to sustain their business. So we continue to the types of Bank Rakyat Ar-Rahnu offer. The first one is called card. The second one is called Wadiyah Yad Damanah. And the third one or the last one is called Ujrah. So the first one actually is a contract based on the two parties in the purpose of the social value rather than satisfying the short-term financial need of the borrower. This is even though the borrower could have an immediate fund in the near future. The second one is called Wadiyah Yad Damanah, or we translate it in English is called guaranteed saving. Guaranteed saving, the concept of this Ar-Rahnu Wadiyah Yad Damanah is a contract for the protection of the fund with a guarantee that is made between the person that making the deposit, or that we call the account holder, and the bank. And the third one is called Ujrah. Ujrah, this one is kind of contract that would be used in Ar-Rahnu as well. This is refer to the charge that is based on the service that has been performed. For instance, a few of a Bank Rakyat Ar-Rahnu product has Ujrah. Its contracts such as pawnbroking Ar-Rahnu, pawnbroking Az-Zahab, Ar-Rahnu prepaid, and Az-Zahab prepaid. Pawnbroking Ar-Rahnu was indicated before. Each and every one of these products offered by Bank Rakyat has Ujrah in the contract, which is permissible according to the Sharia principle.
Thank you, Aiman. Now I will talk about the facility that has been provided by Ar-Rahnu Bank Rakyat. The concept that has been implemented is Run and Murabaha. The concept as it underlying Sharia contract whereby it offers competitive profit rate to customer subject to minimum eligibility requirement. Next, there are several benefits that has been offered by Ar-Rahnu Bank Rakyat. Firstly, it was rid of riba influence since it was Sharia compliance. Secondly, the profit amount is determined on a daily basis. Third, your jewelry is protected by takaful insurance. Fourth, there are no processing costs in this institution that make a less burden to person who are really needed. Lastly, it is no fee or charges that been imposed. Next, let's move on to the terms and conditions that has been set by this institution. Any kind of jewelry or gold except marhun item that are shaped like statue of holy figure or living creature. Gemstone, jewelry, gold nugget, bar, wafer or coin. Authenticity certificate and or purchase receipt must be included. Employer reward their employees with gold product, but only if they meet the following condition. The certificate of appreciation must be present by the employee. The carat value of pure gold range from 22 to 24 carat. The weight maximum is 300 gram. Next is maximum financing margin is capped at 80% of the jewelry current market value or marhum value. The maximum daily or cumulative financial limit is RM 350,000 and the maximum daily funding of RM 30,000 for hollow jewels. Next, for the eligibility Ar-Rahnu Bank Rakyat, firstly, it can be Malaysian or non-Malaysian. Secondly, you must be above 18 years old, and the most important part is you must be free from bankruptcy. He has a little bit tuxedo Berhad profile. It is owned by Miss No, that 30 years old, own 35 gram of standard 999 gold, and also she free from bankruptcy. As from the information given, Miss No, she meet all the eligibility criteria set by Arahnu Bank Rakyat. Next, I will pass to the next presenter, Miss Farisha.
Thank you to Alia for the explanation. My name is Raja Farisha, and I will continue the presentation with the calculation. Alright, so as if on the first question is, calculate the amount of cash received for each month in ringgit from August until December. So how do you want to get the total cash received? Okay, the first thing first you can see here is sales. So sales August is 20,000, September 30,000, October 50,000, November 55,000, and December is 60,000. And the first month is 20%. And we have to start on October. So why we do have to start on October? The question, because the statement said Noor has decided to allow her customer to make purchase on credit starting October. From this new policy, she expects to collect 20% of the firm's sales on cash on the day of purchase. So that's why we start on October. So 50,000, you have to times with 20%, you will get 10,000. For November, 55,000 times with 20%, you will get 11,000. And December, 60,000 times with 20%, you will get 12,000. For the second month is 80%, and we have to start on November. And why do we have to start on November? Because the statement said the remaining 80% to be collected after 1 month. So after 1 month, which is after October. So that's why we start on November. So 55,000 times with 80%, you will get 40,000. 60,000, you times with 80%, you will get 44,000. Next is dividend. For dividend, is only you can only apply it on November, 15,000. Why? Because the statement said receive 15,000 cash in November. So that's why we put 50,000 on November. The total cash received for August is 20,000, September 30,000, October 10,000, November 66,000, December is 56,000, where 12,000 plus with 44,000. Then we get 56,000. The next question is calculate the amount of cash payments for each month in ringgit from August until December. So how do you want to get the amount or total cash payments? Okay, so purchase is 70%. So how do you get, why 70%? Because the statement says purchase of raw materials, which is equivalent to 70% of firm total sales. August 20,000 times with 70%, you will get 14,000. September 30,000 times with 70%, you will get 21,000. October 50,000 times with 70%, you will get 35,000. November 38,500, and December you will get 42,000. Okay, rental is 5,000 from August until December. 5,000. Why 5,000? Because as you can see, cost of renting the premise for the business is 5,000 per month. So every month is the same. Monthly wages is 1,500. You have to times with 2. Why 1,500 times with 2? Because the statement said Noor only have 2 employees with a monthly wages of 1,500 per month. August until December is 3,000. It's all the same. Okay. So total cash payments for August is 22,000. You have to total up together. September is 29,000. October is 43,000. November is 46,500, and December is 50,000. Third question is determine the amount of net cash balance for each month in ringgit from August until December. So net cash balance. Alright, so how do you want to get the net cash flow? Okay, if you want to get net cash flow, it's the total cash received minus with the total cash payment. For August, 20,000 minus with 22,000, you will get negative 2,000. For September, 30,000 minus with 29,000, you will get 1,000. October, 10,000 minus with 43,000, you will get negative 33,000. November, 66,000 minus with 46,500, you will get 19,500. For December, 56,000 minus with 50,000, you will get 6,000. Alright. The beginning balance for August is 2,000. Alright. September is 0. October is 1,000. November is negative 32,000. And December, negative 12,500. Okay, so just want to remind you, in the beginning balance, once you get the answer, you have to put your answer into the next month. For example, negative 2,000 plus with 2,000, you get 0. So you have to put the answer into the September. And then 1,000 plus with 0, you will get 1,000. The answer for the 1,000 you have to put into the next month, which is on October. So and so on. All right. lastly for ending balance. Okay, as you can see from ending balance, it's just negative 2,000, right? Plus with 2,000, you will get 0. 1,000 plus with 0, you will get 1,000. Negative 33,000 plus with 1,000, you will get negative 32,000. 19,500 plus in bracket negative 32,000, you will get negative 12,500. 600 plus in bracket negative 12,500, you will get negative 6,500. So for the ending balance, just the same like a beginning balance. The difference is where once you get the answer, you just have to put in the current months. So for example, negative 2,000 plus with 2,000, you will get 0. Just put the answer on the same month, right? For the last question is, assuming that any cash balance from each month will be carried forward to future months, determine the amount of financing needed by the firm in December. So as you can see, December, and in any balance, we get deficit, which is negative 6,500. So that's all from me, and now I will pass it to Atika to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning, Doctor. My name is Nur Atika and I will be explaining on the calculation for question 8. In question 8, we were asked to calculate how much money that Noor can borrow from our institution and assuming that she can borrow the maximum margin of financing offered by our institution. According to the text, Noor has 35 grams of gold with standard 999 and the market price for 999 gold is 293 ringgit and 31 cents per gram. And the maximum margin of financing offered by Bank Rakyat is 80%. So to calculate how much money she can borrow, the amount of gold that she has, which is 35 grams, times by the market price of 999 gold, which is 293 ringgit and 31 cents, times by the maximum margin of financing, which is 80%. So 35 grams times by 293 ringgit and 31 cents times by 80% equals to 8,212 ringgit and 68 cents, meaning that with the maximum margin of financing offered from Bank Rakyat, Noor can borrow 8,212 ringgit and 68 cents. That is all from me, and the next question will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Atika. I will now explain what are the type of challenges she may face if she chooses to borrow money using Arahno financing facilities. So, by utilizing Arahno financial resources to borrow money, Noor may get into a few of sticky situations. In the instance of Bank Rakyat, there is an issue with the protecting fee they charge. Based on a few limited observations, it appears that the safekeeping rate and the amount of loan granted have a linear relationship that is somewhat reminiscent of a straightforward interest calculation, especially when you consider that the underlying contract for the Arahno product is car or loan contract. If this statement is true, Bank Kerjasama Rakyat may not be following Sharia laws, which restrict collecting interest or profit on any loans issued. Next, Noor should also be informed that in line with the conditions of the Arahno contract, the pledgee has full right to sell the item if the borrower is unable to make the loan repayments during the specified time. She will be rendered unable to retrieve her consigned item since they are likewise pledged, giving the pledgee the right of retention. Nevertheless, another operational standard for Arahno institution is to send a reminder notice prior to the loan expiring to ensure that the borrower is aware of the need to make payments within the authorized period. So Noor have to always keep this state in mind to avoid any problems. In addition, unlike traditional pawnbroking, which is protected by the Pawn Shop Laws of 1972, there is a significant lack of security in the pawn shop because there is no specific Islamic Pawnbroking Act. Nevertheless, the Malaysian Cooperative Commission created by the Pawnbroking Guideline Activity to provide rules for Arahno since its absence might result in any misconduct throughout the process. Essentially, this guidance only addresses the Sharia-cleared fundamentals of Arahno, such as the charge idea and the pillar of charge. It does not address procedures or other crucial requirements to safeguard parties participating in Arahno contract. If Noor understood the risk and still wanted to proceed with the pawnbroking, it is recommended that she handles it with care. To conclude the presentation, as Muslims, we must carefully consider lending our gold to a finance company that will provide us greater advantages in security. Thus, through the usage of Arahno, you may pawn more correctly and safely while also benefiting from a large number of advantages. Even if we are unable to understand the system, the Arahnu service providers such as Bank Rakyat is always ready to provide any needed assistance to their customers. That's all from us. Thank you very much.